Hey guys, Newb here. Today I am bringing you another top 10 video. This is my top 10 favorite things from my childhood that I really miss. So number 10 is Lisa Frank. Just this extremely LSD, psychedelic, oddly like 70s hippie love child looking neon magicness was on like all of my folders and my pencils. You were one of the cool kids if you had Lisa Frank stuff. Either that or you were just extremely weird, which is almost better. Number 9 is Tamagotchis. These were awesome. I sucked at owning one. I really did. But I think I had one, maybe two of them, and they were the best pastime. They were just so awesome. I remember trying to take them to school and mess with them, much like kids mess with their phones under their desks now. You'd be like sitting there trying to feed it and hope the teacher wouldn't catch you hitting the button and making beepy noises. Number 8 is pillow forts. Oh my goodness. Pillow forts are awesome. I was really fortunate to have a bunk bed though, and my mom and dad had actually put like little brackets on the underside of the top bunk with a curtain rod, and so I actually had like a closed-in curtain rod bed, or closed-in blanket, curtain, bed, whatever. So I had my own little fort there like all the time, and I would line everything up with pillows still and like 90 stuffed animals, and it was amazing. Number 7, Wonder Balls. Wonder Balls. They were my favorite candy. I have no clue why they don't create these anymore, but you got really good tasting milk chocolate. Like, it wasn't crappy tasting chocolate, it was good tasting chocolate, and you got nice like sweet tart like candies on the inside, which I love sweet tarts, so that's great. And they had them in Disney characters, SpongeBob characters, Pokemon, and I'm sure other ones, but they were just really cool. And I don't know why they don't make them. I thought I had seen something saying that they got banned or something. I don't know, but I wish they still existed. Number 6 is Game Boy Color, and especially because of the Pokemon games that were for it. My favorite Pokemon game for any of the handhelds, keep in mind, I haven't had a Nintendo handheld since the Game Boy Advance and the Advance XL or XD, whatever that is. I sound stupid now. The one that looks like a weird flip phone thingy. I really didn't use that one. But my favorite Pokemon cartridge game for a Game Boy is Crystal. I love that one. I think it's because I got the furthest in that one. Then from my Game Boy Advance, I always played Sapphire, but I would always put Crystal in my Game Boy Advance and just say, nope, going back to this. Number 5, Zoombinis. Zoombinis was awesome. So I went to a private school, and we spent so much time on the computers. I feel like we spent so much time, and it was either typing, because we literally had typing classes all like every single day or every other day at least, and that went on from like kindergarten up to 5th grade, so like 6 years of my life. And it wasn't like, oh look, for 1 year I have to take typing. No, it was like always. But then we also played like, what are they? Is it like, oh, what is that called? Is it Clue Finders? I don't remember what it's called. But they were like, they were learning tools, but they were cool little like mystery adventures. But then there were Zoombinis, and that was the greatest thing. That was like, hey, you know, you're on good behavior, you didn't misbehave today, you get to play Zoombinis, because it's the most chaotic fun out of all of our options to play at a private school. And it was the coolest game ever. I loved it. It was wonderful. And it was always a competition to see who could get the furthest. Number 4. Polly Pockets. And I don't mean the ones that have the silicone clothing that are out now, or the snap-on clothing that's out now. I mean the little itty-bitty choking hazard Polly Pockets. They were amazing. They were... Keep in mind, I'm a chick. I'm a girl. I had girl toys. I had boy toys too, but I had girl toys. And Barbies were cool and all, but you couldn't take them with you in abundance, and you couldn't set up humongous villages because it would take up the entire house. I would instead take the Polly Pockets and set them up individually, or set all of the blah blah blah, set them all up across the entire room, and it was amazing. And I know why they don't create them anymore. I already said that. They're choking hazards. But I really wish I still had my tub full of them. Number 3 is Batman the Animated Series. I could have picked any other show to single out, but it had to be Batman the Animated Series, simply because it was it probably was the thing that drew me into superheroes so much, and it was also one of those things that it was like Batman the Animated Series and X-Men Animated Series were the two things that my dad and I watched Saturday mornings, along with Pokemon. And then we would play with action figures. And then us watching the shows and then playing with the action figures made me want to learn more about the superheroes, so it really spawned my love of superheroes and comic knowledge. Even though I don't really read comic books, I really don't, but I love the lore of the superheroes, and it's amazing. Number 2 is the Super Nintendo and the Nintendo 64. Since they were both one of them came out at the very beginning of the 90s, and one came out like right at the end of the 90s, or closer to the end of the 90s. Not really at the end, but middle to the end. And these were my childhood. It was, instead of having board game nights, we had video game nights. It was every Friday night, like 3 games of Mario Party on the 64. I would watch my mom and my brother play Legend of Zelda on one of the 2 consoles all day long. I would try to play several games throughout the day, and play Diddy Kong Racing, or try to play Illusion of Gaia on the Super NES, or my dad and I would sit down and play some Super Mario. It was wonderful. I still have access to both of these systems, so it's not entirely dead, but it's not like it used to be. And finally, number 1, and this one here I'm going to have to try to limit myself on, because number 1 is the cartoons or kids shows of the 90s. I am talking about Rugrats and Wild Thornberrys and Doug and Hey Arnold and all that from Nickelodeon, and talking about the Zoog Disney, or when PBS Kids used to be good. I really liked a lot of the shows on there, such as Zoom. I liked the game shows that were on Nickelodeon as well, like Legends of the Hidden Temple and Figure It Out and Double Dare 2000. I know it says 2000, but still, it was part of all that. Dexter's Lab, Captain Planet, the original Pokemon. I could go on forever. In fact, if you would like, or who knows, I might just do it at some point anyways, I will further elaborate on my number 1 pick and tell you my top favorite TV shows of the 90s, whether they lasted past that or not. I might even have to break it up and do 2 different lists and do top 10 TV shows and top 10 cartoons, because there's so many good shows from the 90s. And thank goodness for things like Netflix and things of that sort, where I can watch some of these again. In fact, I just rewatched the entire series of Are You Afraid of the Dark. Oh my goodness. It was on YouTube and it was amazing. I am just freaking out so much because this list made me so happy. Let me know in the comments down below some of your favorite things from either your childhood, whether it was 90s or not, or let me know some of the 90s things that you loved. And I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching. And I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.